Well, I would like to introduce my next guest. She's my friend for last, I don't know, 3, 4 years. It does not matter. She is my, I would say, soul sister. We both are spiritually close, and me and her, we do, let's say, paintings, and we talk about God at the same time. So it's like our spiritual events, maybe? Well, long story short, this is my friend Narmin Backus. She's an artist, and please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. It is so great to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me for this wonderful series. Yes, my name is Narmin Backus. I am originally from Baku, Azerbaijan, and I have been living in Houston, Texas for probably about close to 20 years. And I have been an artist as long as I remember. And so meeting Diana, like she said, my soul sister, my art sister, creating together with the help of the Holy Spirit, conversing and just feeling the presence of art and God has been a blessing to me. So thank you.
That sounds amazing. That sounds so warm and welcoming. Thanks for having me. I love you. You know how much I love you.
I do. This is your room as well. Oh. You come here as often as you want, and you can continue to come here.
Oh, thank you. That's always. So my question is gonna be, what was the aha moment for you when you, I guess, when you had that feeling inside that, okay, being an artist is all I want. This is my purpose.
Yes. This may sound like a cliche, so I'm sorry, but it is the truth. I have always known I wanted to be an artist since I was a child. Now, children do have that sense. They're all creative, they're all free spirits, correct? It's oftentimes that they don't have fear and they create, but then they forget about that, or they grow up and they do other things. And I just held on to that. And my parents also helped me to develop that. They saw it. My whole family is creative. One of my grandmothers was an architect. A lot of my cousins have been creating different things. One of my sisters is an artist. She is graphic design artist right now.
Nice.
So we grew up together exploring art. So I was surrounded with that, and I was encouraged. And so as I grew up, and the time of how can I put it? When I was graduating the high school, and I had to choose what I will do at the university, because we come from the former Soviet Union, and you know how it works. It was very tough, very intense. You had to go through a lot of tests and entry tests and understanding. And college education is very important in our countries.
Yes.
I was faced with a dilemma of what to do, and I told my parents that I wanted to be an artist. They did support me in that. I will forever be grateful to them.
Nice.
They supported me also financially, because everything cost money. So they took me to an art studio to work with an artist in his studio, where he worked with all his different various students. And I went twice a week, and for about 2 years before entering the college, I studied with this artist face-to-face, one-on-one, and with the group. So that helped me to develop artistic abilities, knowledge, and then I entered the University of Fine Arts, the Azerbaijani State University of Fine Arts, and then for the 6 years I just studied there, and it was the funnest time.
I bet.
It was great. I'm so grateful, really.
Did you have a mentor at that time?
Good question. The only mentor that I would say that I had was this particular teacher. His name is, and he's still alive and well and still is being incredible artist, Arif Aziz. That's what his name is. And we have maintained the relationship. We stay in touch, and every time I go to Baku,
that's amazing.
I go and visit him. I go visit his studio and stay in touch with his family, see his art. He consistently producing art, even to this day. So,
Oh,
yeah,
this
was
is
my
something I did not know about my friend. That question just like, okay, let me...
there are many secrets are going to be.
That's good. That's good. Okay. What inspired you? What way do you get your inspiration?
That has also changed with time.
Okay.
When I was in college or university, my biggest inspiration was fashion world, because that's what I studied. I studied fashion design and how to make clothing, things like that. And so that was my world. And I was more driven by fashion and high fashion and how to make clothing, how to illustrate what I want. I wasn't really thinking too much about painting, although we had to do it. That was part of the academic training, painting, drawing, all that. But when I moved to the United States and everything changed in my life, and I understood quickly that fashion, not that it's impossible to continue, but it will be so much harder. Plus I had a lot of other things. I had to learn new language or get better at the new language. I had to learn new culture. I got to understand my surroundings and concentrate on that. I had family already, I was married, and so many things were happening, and I had to find a job, get all kinds of things that you do when you first move to another country. So art and artistic endeavor, and especially my own desire to be a fashion designer, as I always wanted, was no longer a priority. And to be honest, I grieved that.
Oh, yes.
I grieved it. I did not know what to do with my emotions.
I went through the same.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yes.
Because you kind of feel like you lose your identity.
Yes. Yes.
And to an extent, it was that. I lost my identity or my voice.
Yes.
I drove my husband crazy. I said, what to do? And he helped me as much as he could. By the way, he's always been very supportive. But he only could do so much. He can't really do it for you. You have to get to know your people, your culture, your new homeland, for which I'm very grateful. I really do love living in America. And so with that, slowly and surely, as I got a job here and got to understand the culture and assimilate it, then I started going back to art. But the art I was going back to wasn't fashion art anymore. It was truly paintings and drawings. And so with that, then to answer your question directly, what inspires me now, nature inspires me, everything that is created by God, because I have fallen in love with God and I have found faith in America, in my own heart and in my life, which is a different story, but at this point it is connected with my art. And so the nature, the creation, human figure, and animals sometimes, of course, and just anything that is created by the Lord, the Creator. That's, it could be a flower, it could be anything, it could be anything that is natural or even supernatural, inspired by biblical stories that now drive me and inspires me.
That's beautiful. You know, I had that moment when I had to go to work, right, and get my profession in the United States. So I went through the same things as you just described. But I feel like art is more, it's like in DNA of artists. It's like DNA, that like it's period. DNA, you can't change it. This is what you're born with, right?
Yes,
do you
I
feel
agree.
that?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Maybe that's why we know, or we knew, we wanted to be artists.
Yes.
Because it was in our heart. And I think God also puts that into people. He gives them certain desires, certain gifts, and directs them in life.
Yes.
That's what I'm learning.
Yes, I agree. You can be a passenger on the train of art and creations, but the way, and then change the train, right, and go work or do other stuff. But it's like, if you experience that, there's nothing, no other feelings can change it, right? You'll always, I wouldn't say it's like addiction or something.
Yeah. I took the words out of my mouth. I was about to
it's
say,
like addiction.
should
right?
I say that word? It is addiction, art.
I know, right?
But it's a good one.
It's a good one because you getting that, like I'm getting that sense of, I don't know, fulfillment when it's just me and my art and nothing is going on around me. I don't care what people say or like, this is me. Enough about me. I'm like,
but this is dialogue.
Yes, this is small art talk, and I love the way how we keep it on.
Yeah, keep it real.
Keep it real. Authentic. About that. So, okay, here's the thing. Since we start talking about feelings, tell me about feelings that you would like people to have when you see, when they see your art.
Okay. You're asking such wonderful questions, real questions, because
I'm not a professional. I break rules. I break boundaries.
Yes.
How about that?
You're getting onto the path to professional.
Oh.
And
yeah,
true. I'm grateful for this question because it is important for an artist. Even though we love our art and want to create, and sometimes maybe we're a bit selfish. I want to do what I want to do, and I don't care what people think. It really is important what you guys think about art that you see, what we think when we see a certain piece of art. So what I would like people to feel, hopefully to discover, is God the Creator, the bottom line. Yes, I would like people to enjoy my art and see a beautiful flower or beauty. I hope that I can create beauty through art. And yes, I want them to see the portraiture, or when they commission a piece of art from me, a particular subject, I want to deliver and make them happy with what I've created. But ultimately, the bottom line, I would love people, and I hope that I achieve that, for people to look at my art and think, God is good, God is great, and He created this, that, or the other. And I can be a tiny co-creator with Him. Like if I can just copy, I'm like a copier of what He had already done, because He's a master artist, right? At least in my view and my understanding. He's a master artist who has already took the brush, has taken his brush and has just painted this beautiful world outside. And then I come in as an artist, admire it, and then make a tiny painting or a large painting of a particular part of His creation. And so I hope that people come and look at it, and it will make them think about God and His love, but also His mastery and His authority and His beauty and His ability and all the good things that He is. So
thank you. My next question, how attached are you to your paintings? I know I don't have, like I did not, she was not prepared, there's no questions in the list, but
another awesome question. That also has changed. I used to be much more attached.
Okay.
That has changed. That's interesting. I have never answered that question out loud. I've never thought about it out loud. It's always been in my mind. She's getting things out of me. I love it. So I used to be much more attached. And then I sat down and I thought, why am I being attached? Number one, it is very selfish. Number two, it is fearful. You create almost like a fear of separation. And so I wanted to examine myself, or I guess self-evaluate and analyze. And that sometimes is good, not too self-analysis, don't go too deep, meaning don't get stuck in it. But sometimes it's good to think inwardly and ask yourself a question. Okay, so what is the end result? What do I want to achieve with all the paintings I have already painted, or will the ones that I'll paint in the future? Do I want to give them to people? Do I want people to see them?
Yes.
And if I want people to see them, there are usually two paths.
Mm-hmm.
Give them as gifts, which sometimes as artists we do even to each other, or sell them to people. And if you sell them, they're gone forever into that home.
Yes.
And so that
Yes.
separation anxiety, once I had overcome it, because I had to put myself aside and think, I mean, you're not the center of this. The center is the painting, the creative result of it, and then making someone happy with
Yes.
that painting.
Yes.
And once I understood that, I made peace in with myself. Peace and harmony came around. How can I put it? Hold on, let me rephrase that. Peace and harmony associated with this issue had arrived in my heart, and I had no longer any anxiety, no fear of separating or letting go of my paintings. In fact, it made me want to create and produce more, expand the horizon of what I actually produce and paint,
Yes.
and then make it available to as many people as possible.
Yes. All right. Thank you. So me as a friend, I know that Narmin, I would say she is, and my favorite word is servant.
Thank you.
Because I feel like servant is such a unique word, I guess, because we serve as artists, serve people, sharing something that you can express with words, right? You just show what's inside of you, right? And at the same time, other people serve us by giving us those emotions, right?
It's like an exchange.
Exchange, yes, yes. Which makes the process go so, it's like motivation, right? I would like you to tell us about your auctions. I know you go to places with your church and you do live paintings there. And there are auctions, and then, okay, tell me about
the process.
The process,
Okay.
yeah, tell me about that.
Thank you.
Us.
Thank you so
Me,
much
us.
for asking this. What Diana refers to is called live painting, and I love those. They're very challenging, but they also make you think quickly and trust God more, because you completely not in control. Totally and at all, because you go to a particular event. Sometimes it's with my church, sometimes it's with other churches and other events where people invite me to paint live at their event. It could be church related, it could be a conference, different events, but they ask me to paint a particular subject. Sometimes they tell me you can paint whatever God just shows you, whatever Lord puts on your heart. Sometimes they tell me, okay, this is the theme of the conference, and we would like you to paint this particular theme any way you want, but this is the theme you need to stick with. But in any case, when I go there, I set up my station, and then I have about an hour and two, maybe maximum 2 hours, and in that frame of time, I have to start and complete the whole thing.
Yes.
Which is very, very interesting, challenging, exciting, and very fresh. So you cannot have second thoughts. You cannot have
fear, maybe?
Fear, yes, the fear is gone at that time. Before I may be a little bit nervous, exactly, but prayer does help. And also when I go there, whether it's religious or non-religious event, it doesn't matter. When I go, I always feel like I go with the Lord. I ask Him for help, and I'm like, okay, I'm here. Lord, I'm doing it for you. Please help me, stand by my side, so to speak, and I'm going to trust that results will be in your hands. And so you cannot reevaluate anything. You cannot do over. It's right then and there. So even though the experience is a little bit anxious, making, and a bit can be a bit unnerving. The beauty of it also, there is the other side of the coin. The beauty also, and I love that you have to do it right then and there, and it makes me collect myself, go for it,
yes,
not look back. My style is a bit different. It's more impressionistic in that process. But I feel like that pressure is good. The pressure actually helps me to deliver, sometimes I feel like, even better results than when I am at home and can paint the same thing for 2 days. I don't know if it makes sense, if someone can relate to that.
Yes.
That pressure just right then and there. You have no time to think it over, no time to get into your head, no time to over-analyze yourself. You're like, this is the red, I'm going to use that. This is the green, I'm going to use that. And so sometimes in those circumstances, the result, I think, is even better.
Thank you. I love to keep on going. I have 2 last questions, but we can speak like hours and hours.
Yes.
What would you advise, or what advice you can give to art beginners? Professionals or not professionals, let's say they are at the beginning of their art journey. What would be your advice?
I know a lot of people say things like, believe in yourself, don't be afraid, find a mentor. All that is true. I don't want to diminish any of that or deny, but I think the most important thing is work on your skills. You have to become a good or a better artist. You have to become good at your craft. It's craft, and when we go to a restaurant, we want a good meal. When we buy a piece of clothing, we want a good result. We want to look good. When we go to a hairdresser, we want. Why would that be different with art? And you cannot lie to your audience or the viewer or the client.
That's true. Yeah,
they come and they know what's good and what's not. People know. And so I'm still working, I'm still learning, I'm still hoping to get more classes, or more training, because you have to learn all your life. But in the beginning, yes, get good at your craft, and especially I would say drawing. It all starts with drawing, at least that's how we were taught, academical approach to art. All that other impressionistic things, they'll come, they will arrive. It's easy to just do that, but get your craft under control.
Sounds good. Last one, guys. So imagine that there's no time boundaries. What would be your favorite artist to collaborate with? Even though from the past, no matter, all times.
I would say anyone from the...
No, one. Just
okay.
That.
Okay. Because I love Impressionism the most, both as a viewer and as a person who paints more in that style. And because Monet is considered the father of Impressionism, I will have to pick him, because he kind of started that whole thing going and was almost like a pioneer, or was the pioneer in that field. I would probably say him, but of course other artists, including Azerbaijani artists, come to mind, but I don't know if they would be known if I name their names. Probably a wider audience won't know them, but yes.
Something like lilies with light coming through. I don't know, I'm just it's just coming from clouds and lilies on the bottom. That would be something,
That, and also they were so good about light. They were such, the whole school, the whole movement was such a big revolutionary movement in France and in the world. So they were playing with light, or rather studying light at different times. But also what I learned about them is that they were, how can I put it? They explored subjects people or artists did not explore before that, meaning that they went into daily routine subject and also went from bourgeoisie's level to the everyday people's life, which wasn't really done at that time. So they made it relevant to everyday Joe.
Yes.
And so partly what I would like is every person to be, for my paintings to be relevant, maybe loved and appreciated by anyone and everyone, not a particular class of people.
Imagine mixing Impressionism in your spiritual style. How about that? That would be interesting, you know?
Yeah, and that's what happens at the event. Because you have to go so fast. You can't take the time and do exactly realistic painting because they only have an hour or two. I mean, you still have realism. I don't do abstract. I'm not an abstract, as you can see, artist. But over there, the style that you see is even more so impressionistic. Because at home you have time to correct, or if a client wants more realistic, I will do more realistic painting for that client. But there, it's fast and I think vibrant. The one word I was looking for, Diana, is I like vibrant paintings, but with energy, that energy is shown. And I think with your strokes, you can show the energy. That's what I would go for. That's what I like.
Thank you. Well, that was Narmin Backus. And what happened before? She tried to take interview from me, actually, by holding the phone with my questions. And I'm like, okay, can you give? And then in the middle of the conversation, that's her phone, the light just went off. And I could not read any questions of yours.
Sorry.
I was done on the third one or something.
But impromptu worked really well.
Yes.
You asked me questions you didn't plan.
I did not.
And they were really good. Very good. Yeah. There were questions that nobody ever asked me before.
Oh, really?
Some of them.
Thank you.
Yeah. Especially about live painting. That's the first time I'm talking about live painting.
Oh.
Yeah. So thank you.
Well, I'm very happy and I'm very, very thankful that you're my best friend.
Thank you so much.
Support me so much in so many ways.
Yes, thank you. Likewise.
Love you.
I love you too. Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Well, I would like to introduce my next guest. She's my friend for last, 3-4 years. It does not matter. She is my, I would say, soul sister. We both are spiritually close, and me and her, we do, let's say, paintings, and we talk about God at the same time. So it's like our spiritual events, maybe? Well, long story short, this is my friend Narmin Backus. She's an artist, and please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. It is so great to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me for this wonderful series. Yes, my name is Narmin Backus. I am originally from Baku, Azerbaijan, and I have been living in Houston, Texas for probably about close to 20 years. And I have been an artist as long as I remember. And so meeting Diana, like she said, my soul sister, my art sister, creating together with the help of the Holy Spirit, conversing and just feeling the presence of art and God has been a blessing to me. So thank you.
That sounds amazing. That sounds so warm and welcoming. Thanks for having me. I love you. You know how much I love you.
I do. This is your room as well. You come here as often as you want, and you can continue to come here as often as you want.
Thank you. That's always.